Dying can be a costly process. If you don't have insurance in place to pay for long-term care or even short-term care in a facility or at home, then it can be an extremely costly process. Medicare will pay for some limited in-home care if you have skilled care needs. Medicaid is an option for those people who do proper planning if you need to get care in the home or in a nursing home. If you have long-term care insurance, and I'm a great advocate of long-term care insurance, it sometimes gives you those options to get care in the home or in a facility where you would not have been able to private pay for those things by yourself. For people who don't have any family support, I think it is a difficult process. Identifying someone who will be a decision maker is very difficult, and I've seen a lot of my clients struggle with that. I tell people always, think outside the box. I know that sounds a bit trite, but think of close friends or neighbors who might be able to step up and give you some assistance. Think of your church family. Is there anybody there you can identify? Some people have named the pastors of their church to be key role players as they were engaged actively in the dying process. It is a very difficult thing today. Many of us have small families or we're only children, so we can't turn to siblings or our own children to, provide that care and support as we die. I would always suggest talking to a counselor. There are many people who will give you counseling, who can provide through social work or therapy some support system for you. So that is an option you have as well. I encounter both common and uncommon Medicare and Medicaid questions. They're two very complicated bureaucracies. One of the most common questions I get about Medicare, because most people, as they get old and receive retirement funds, will be on the Medicare program through their Social Security. So with Medicare, the most common question is, will it pay for my long-term care? What will it pay if I need to go into the hospital, need to subsequently go into a long-term care facility? Or will it pay for home care? Well, let me tell you, Medicare was never meant to be a program that would pay for long-term care. It is there for short bursts of stay in a healthcare facility. You'll often be told that Medicare will pay for up to 100 days in a long-term care facility. But I want to stress up to 100 days. You have to meet the definition of skilled care. If you do not meet that definition, then you will not have your care covered under the Medicare program. Medicare does not pay for custodial care, which can be long-term care in a nursing home, not just care in assisted living, for example. So Medicare will not pay for that type of long-term care. The cost of care today, long-term care in particular, care in a nursing home or care at home or in assisted living, is really catastrophic. It is so high that most people, unless they have excellent long-term care insurance, cannot afford the cost of their care. As a result, they do turn to the Medicaid program. And Medicaid is a wonderful program. It is by far the largest payor of long-term care in our country and in the state of Indiana. However, I want to stress that it is important to get good advice if you have assets so that you don't necessarily have to lose everything to become impoverished in order to take advantage of the Medicaid program. For example, you have a spouse at home and you're very ill. You know that long-term care is inevitable for you. Do planning. Go see an elder law attorney, because that will make all the difference in the world. We have very, very generous laws in terms of preventing spousal impoverishment. If you get good counseling, you don't have to lose all of the assets you have built up. There are a lot of provisions also in Medicaid law for taking care of minor children and disabled family members, disabled children in particular. Again, seek counseling, because often people come to me and they've spent all their funds and they're saying, now what? I wish I had been able to get to them a few years before that.